What is up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of the My Player Career Mode. We're into episode number 44 now, and again, apologies, this is post-commentary and not live like I was hoping to. Today's episode, and then the next one to follow after this, will be post-commentary as well. The only reason being was because when I was recording these, my fan on my computer was going crazy, and literally, guys, I was coming towards the end of the Road to Glory one, and the Road to Glory Career Mode, and the Leeds United Career Mode at the time when I was recording these episodes. And I needed to do both of those live, which meant I had to wait for my fan to cool down so I could do them live, but I still wanted to use my time effectively, which meant I could record this. And at the end of the day, it's not the end of the world to have it post-com. It would have been nice to have it live, but as I say it numerous times, sometimes it's not available to me to be able to do. But today's episode, guys, we've got 3 more games as we look to improve on how we've started off here at Bayern Munich. Now, the thing is, guys, the chances are we're going to be winning the title. The question is, and this is one of the things that I've spoke about before in the series, my only aim now is to win the Champions League. Is this Bayern Munich team good enough to win the Champions League? I mean, you've got to look. Our right-hand side is very weak. You've got to look at the right-hand side of the pitch. I mean, you know, the ringer, I can't remember his name. I know it begins with the S guy. On the right-hand side, I really can't pronounce it. And this is bad because actually, if you've been watching the new career mode, or the career mode itself, we moved to Inter Milan, and he's actually at Inter Milan at the moment as well. So, in terms of that one, I'm going to need to learn to say his name. Is it Shop? I have no idea. I apologise in advance if I've butchered that. But, you've got to look at the fact as well, we've got Philipp Lahm on that right-hand side, and Lahm is like, what, in his 50s now? I'm only joking, is that really? He's like 35 or something, and his overall rating is shocking. So, down the right-hand side, we are so poor. So, if we have to win a Champions League, for me, we're going to have a really good team in all sorts of positions. And the thing is, our right-hand side is very weak. And you can see here, we're playing against Hamburger in this one. And the thing is, again, guys, I had nothing going my way. Honestly, when I play this game, sometimes my team just do not give me anything up front. I'm much like a lone figure when I play some of these matches. I have to drop so deep to receive the ball like you saw me do for the Renato Sanchez chance that we got there for him. He put a shot wide, though, and you can see by the match facts, we had 3 shots to Hamburg's 2. And it was such a boring game. Like, playing it, I was frustrated as hell. I came into that thinking this could be quite interesting. And it was like one of the most boring games I've played. We ended up with a 0-0 draw. Neither team are happy with the way they played. And we cannot be happy with how we played there either. Because that was absolutely shocking in every aspect of the team. Like, defensively, we were okay. I mean, we kept them out. But it didn't really have too much going the way of forward for Hamburg. But in midfield, poor. Up front, poor. And I'm part of that up front. So I guess, you know, I can say myself, poor. In general, it was just a game to forget. It wasn't really anything. There's no positives really coming out of that. I guess the only positive we can take is the little bit of passing play that we got for Renato Sanchez's chances. He ended up firing one just wide of the post. But thing is, you're going to get those games from time to time. Sometimes you end up with a good game. Other times you end up with games like that where it's a very boring one and you end up 0-0, having not a good performance for yourself. But we went out of that one into the Champions League, looking to put that game behind us, actually, as we came into the group here again against Roma this time now. And this one went swimmingly for us. 35 minutes on the clock, stole the ball there to get the ball back for us. Went on the attack, I tried to dink the cross into the area. It does in fact come into, pass it into the area rather, as we give it off here. Comes to Renato Sanchez, who tries to sort of weave a chance for himself, can't quite do it. Falls on the edge of the area, and Achira Vidal opens up the scoring with a lovely curling effort into the top corner. Fantastic finish from the number 23. He's become somewhat of a goal talisman in this series, hasn't he? He's got a couple of big goals for us, and a few of them have been pretty nice to watch as well. That one is another addition to his already good-looking goal-scoring form here at FC Bayern. But 52 minutes in, I was thinking, you know what, now Roma are going to have to commit some men forward. This is a prime chance for me to be able to get myself on the score sheet. Great little run here, get past one tackle, get ahead of 2 men there, but I could not fire it into the back of the net. I was so close to finding that far post that went across the keeper. Unfortunately, they went wide of the post, but I did, in fact, have myself the first goal of the episode. Again, not too late after that chance there, and I ended up getting a ball through, pass through the middle. Fantastic run made by me, even better through ball from my teammate. No mistake made in this situation. Absolutely pile drive that one into the back of the net to make it 2-0 here. As I mentioned, I was playing on the last defender pretty much. Roma were having to sort of commit men forward to try and get themselves back in this, but it wasn't at the stage where they were throwing everything up front, you know, all that attack. They were still sort of defensive-minded, but yet to throw those centre-backs up the pitch. I got on the last man, I guess, and the other one kind of pushed up to see what he could do up there. Poor from him in the end. We get past him, and of course, fire it into the back of the net. So 2-0 in this one. Our opening goal of the episode as well. Pretty good to see there as well. But if I'm being honest with you, I would have preferred this to have been in league, because of course, Champions League, yeah, it's great to get some goals, but if we don't go all the way, ultimately, we're not going to win the Champions League Golden Boot. And it would be nice, like I say, to have these goals coming in the league rather than the Champions League, because at the end of the day, I ain't fussed about Champions League goals. League goals is where it's at. I would like to have like a really good goals to game ratio by the end of our career. And this one, guys, 71 minutes in, get past the defender, use my my pace to get away from him, and that is an absolutely delightful little chip over the keeper. Question marks asked about the keeper, though. You can see not the greatest of dives from him. It isn't completely in the air. Maybe if it had stayed on his line. I mean, he's caught in two minds really what to do there. Great little chip, as I said. But again, question marks raised by the keeper. Could he have stretched a little bit further and possibly stopped that from going in? Who knows, but I'll take that goal every day of the week. You can see a lovely little chip over the keeper, making it 3-0, and this then put the game out of Roma's hands. Completely and utterly destroyed in this one. We are deserved winners from the first goal going in, really. We controlled the game throughout the majority of the part of this one, and as soon as Vidal got that first goal, I knew for sure that we would go on to win this game, at least by 1-0. In the end, though, we ended up winning it by 3, so pretty decent there, as I did in fact request a substitute, and as I say we won it by 3, I lied, we won it by 4. We ended up going up and creating another chance here as soon as I went off the pitch. The only reason I requested a sub was because I wanted to make sure my fitness was good enough to play in the next game. You can see a nice ball in from Eriksen into Renato Sanchez. Sanchez now into Lukaku, who came off the bench to replace me, and a fantastic finish by the big Belgian, making it 4 in this one. So if there's ever a time that I missed and I'm not in the game, I'm not in the team, you know, through injury or whatever reason I may be missing a game, it's nice to know that Romelu can come into the team and still get himself a goal and help the team out in that sense. But of course, with it already being 3-0 in this one, yes, it's a nice way to score and come off the bench to score. But if you're already leading the game by 3-0, you don't particularly need that fourth one. It's just it just caps off a good performance. But at the same time, you know, it would have been great if, you know, when we're 0-0 in a game, when we need Romelu to come off the bench and get us a goal, it would be nice to know that he can actually do that. So in which case, earlier on in the game when we needed that goal in the 0-0 part of it in the first game of the league, it could have been a different story, but unfortunately wasn't meant to be. So we won this one by 4-0. Like I said, a thoroughly demanding, or commanding rather, not thoroughly demanding, commanding performance is what I meant to say there. Decent little 3 points in the league group stage in terms of Champions League performances, but we haven't managed to hit the heights as of yet in this episode in terms of league performances. That draw against Hamburg is not good. And I'm not telling you, I said not twice there, didn't I? I apologise for that, but it's not good. The draw against Hamburg was a big 2 points dropped. That was one of those game situations where I'm thinking to myself, if we could pick up 3 points here, we're going to move slightly ahead in the table. And the thing is, I don't think we're sat top of it at the moment, so we need as many points as we can possibly get in the league. And right now, my personal performance in the league has dropped off. I came into Bayern. If you remember our debut for Bayern in the league, we scored twice and assisted one. We didn't manage to do, or we didn't sort of manage to do that in the last few games that we played here at Bayern. And my own personal performance has dropped off. The teams have dropped off, don't get me wrong, but my own personal performance here in the league has dropped off as well. The only good side of it is that our Champions League performance, personally and as a team, has picked up. So we've lost one. I suppose it becomes quite demanding once you're playing Champions League football. You can see as well in the real life, Leicester are doing the same thing. You know, they've got in the Champions League and their league form is really suffering for it. They're almost in a relegation battle, yet they're in the Champions League. That's crazy to think that they could be relegated, yet be a Champions League playing club. Mental. So, you know, like I said, Champions League football can be quite demanding, and that could possibly be a reason as to why the team and myself are not performing, but I'm not going to put it down to that. Personally, I don't know what's going wrong with me. I just can't seem to be able to get myself a good performance in the league. Hopefully, things will change here with this game coming up. I can't quite remember who we're playing in this one. We need the team to step up. We need me to step up as well. We need the 3 points on the board. You can see we're sat in second place, a point behind Bayer Leverkusen at this point. One of the lowest scorers in the league we are as well, which isn't too great. We haven't conceded yet, though, so that's pretty good to see. We've got 0 goals conceded in a defence that's very weak, if you ask me. You know, our defence in terms of that one is extremely poor, and we really do need to improve it if I was the manager here, but unfortunately I don't have that say-so. In which case, he may have to go put his hand in his pocket and try and get a few new defenders into the club for the upcoming or the next season possibly here at Bayern. We have got, I mean, he spent 56 million on us, was it? So he spent a lot there, but he still probably has a nice bit to work on in terms of bringing other players into the club. Let's just hope he doesn't sign another striker, because, you know, we've already got 4 strikers here who are top quality. But the first chance of the game fell our way inside 8 minutes as a cross came in, but unfortunately was well defended here by the Darmstadt. Is it Darmstadt? I think that's how you say it. I apologise in advance if I butchered that name. We then whipped the corner in because we won it from that chance there. The corner comes in. It eventually falls in the area. Poor from the defender there, or I guess he's a striker playing defence kind of. It falls in the area, and how about that from David Alaba? Fantastic volley to make it 1-0. 10 minutes in, right into that top corner. Says thank you very much. I'll take that as it comes. 1-0 Bayern, and that is a great way to start it. Like I said, we needed to improve. We needed a good performance in the league, and what better way there than David Alaba firing that one into the back of the net to make it 1-0. Fantastic way to start. Great finish from him. The defender so close to getting it on the edge of the line, but unfortunately for them, was not able to do it, and we did go in we went 1-0 up rather in this one, but disaster struck, guys, because 25 minutes on the clock. I tried to weave my way into a position to get the pass off. Really weird tackle there by the defender. Question marks raised about that ref, because that's a bit of an issue, that one. I mean, he gets the ball, but he sort of takes me with it, and that is why we are injured. So, unfortunately, I had to come off at this point, which I wasn't too happy about. And then, to make matters even worse, Romelu Lukaku, the man who came on to replace us, grabbed himself a goal. So, I mentioned to you earlier, if Romelu Lukaku comes on and scores, there's a chance we could be kicked out of this team, even if we come back from injury. The problem is, guys, we're not scoring. Our league form has not been good enough, and therefore, if Romelu Lukaku is coming in and scoring goals for the team, chances are he's going to get the nod over us. And if he comes in and scores on a regular basis like this, because of course we're going to be out now for, I think, 3 weeks we're out for, so he's going to have at least 2 league performances, I'm sure of. Obviously, we may have a couple of cup games in there and a Champions League game in there between that, but he'll definitely have a couple of league games to play, in which case, he could knock us out of this team, and then we wouldn't be starting as the Bayern forward. So, this could be pretty bad for ourselves. Romelu getting a goal there, and of course I would like the team to do well for themselves, but it would be nice as well if they could do well whilst we were in the team, because that would be the best bet there. But unfortunately, guys, with the injury, not too great. To make matters worse, Lukaku's playing well for himself. We did pick up the 2-0 victory, and we did pick up 3 points as well, so very nice to see that from the team coming back to a good performance and winning ways as well. 3 points on the board. You can see a completely dominant performance there. Absolutely smashed the opposing team there. They had 1 shot, 0 on target to our 10. So that's good to see. As I mentioned, though, we're out for 3 weeks. So the question is, what can Romelu Lukaku do in the way of scoring goals? Because if he can grab himself a few, he will knock us out of this starting 11. But, guys, we are coming towards the back end of this episode. If you have enjoyed it, I'd appreciate it if you could hit that like rating. As always, guys, if we could hit 40 likes on today's episode of the My Player Career Mode, that would be greatly appreciated. You guys are absolutely immense and insane for all the support you give me on the channel. I appreciate every little like, comment, and subscription that you guys give. So thank you all so much for watching, and I will catch you all with another video very soon. Adios.